Hey everybody, it's Jeff here. I just wanted to give you a little walk through the space to see what things are going to look like after June 1st when some of you will start coming in. 20% of you at the maximum, 1 day a week basically for 3 weeks in June for those who choose to. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the space and a few of the new procedures that we'll be following for health and safety reasons. So I just came inside the front door here, and first of all, I'm going to show you our gigantic bucket of hand sanitizer that we bought and the turkey baster on top because the pump that came with it broke, and so we have filled the hand sanitizers with a turkey baster from the dollar store, and it works wonders. We MacGyvered our way through it. Anyway, we got enough hand sanitizer to last a really long time, so I think we're going to be okay. So first thing, when you come in the door, you're gonna walk up here to the check-in station. We're going to ask you some questions about your health and how things are going with you, people you've been in contact with, where you've been the last couple of weeks, the last 14 days precisely. Once we've gone through that screening process, assuming that you wouldn't have come to school if you were sick or had any symptoms of COVID-19 or anything like that, we're going to say, come on in. If you want to, if you need any gloves, we have some. That would just be obviously for some very specific things because we're just encouraging you to wash your hands and use hand sanitizer. We got some Clorox wipes for people who need to wipe down any surfaces before they go. We've got those throughout the school as well. And then we've got hand sanitizers like this. This is our sort of our Plan B hand sanitizer. These are fine, but we're just waiting for some to arrive, and because they're in such high demand, they haven't. But these are great. They're just the little spritz bottles with the hand sanitizer, the proper WHO approved hand sanitizer, and those are around the school as well. So once you check in, we'd prefer that if you can put something right in your cubby, that's okay. Otherwise, we don't want anybody storing anything in any common areas. So we won't have anything on top of the cubbies. In fact, we're clearing that out right now. And if you've got something, we'd like you to bring it in with you to the area that you're going to sit. So just to show you what the sitting areas look like, they're over here, and you can see that in our collaborative space where we usually have a lot of people, there are going to be a maximum of 10 people right now because that's all we're able to fit following the 2-meter seating guidelines right now in BC. I'll show you more about that in a minute. You can see on the floor we got some arrows and a walkway. You stay inside the yellow caution tape, and this is the walkway for going from room to room. Obviously, if you need to sit at one of the tables, you can go across the line and you'd sit at one of the stations. And at the station, all we're asking you to do is to put your belongings at the end of the table by the chair where you're sitting. And you can see we have 2 chairs in the table, one on each corner, sort of opposite corners. And in between them, we have a plexiglass barrier. The plexiglass barrier is just intended so that you can sit at the same table. You can face each other, but you're going to be off on a bit of an angle, and the plexiglass will stop you from breathing or spreading droplets on one another. We have a lovely plant. Kira brought in some great plants here to try to liven things up a little bit so we don't feel too sterilized in here. This will be where your main home base would be, your workstation for the day here at school. If you're at a table that's by yourself, which may happen depending on how many people come each day, there's a possibility that a teacher can sit and meet with you through the barrier. And we also have a couple of dedicated spaces where teachers can meet with you also from 2-meter distance or through a barrier to talk with you about things. You can see on the floor we've been pretty specific about the arrows, so you really have to follow them. It's quite important that you do that. This doorway goes down through past the cave and the tech space and the nook. The nook is closed right now. We're not able to allow you to prepare food here, so you'll have to bring food in and pack out what you need. You can't leave any Tupperware or cups or utensils here, so take back out what you bring in. The door is out only, so if you need to go to the bathroom, you go out through that door and you'll be coming back in through the front door. So you'll go around the hallway and come back in through that front door. So this is just a one-way hall only. The other one-way hall is this one, and you can see, turn the corner, you can go into this hall here. If you need to use the lab, of course, that's one of the rooms where you can use. And if you're looking for a seating area, the quiet space is also set up very much like the collaborative space. So we've got 2 tables in this area that are 2 meters apart with the same setup with the plexiglass and the 2 chairs. We have a place to put your belongings. So we have a cubby for each person so they can just put their backpack or whatever in a cubby. We don't have that in the collaborative space. We don't have any space for that, but we do in here. And then over here, we've got one more table in the area here by the aquarium. So if you're wondering where the library went, it's over there. We were going to move it anyway, but we took the opportunity of doing that right now, and it actually helped us a little bit with the space. This area here, again, is just a walk-through area. It's not for anybody to sit or stand in, and we put up the walls here just to make that really obvious. Here in the art space and the maker space, things pretty much look as usual, and we'll arrange the space as we need to depending on how people are using it. But we can have, you know, 1 or 2 people in each of these areas at a time. If people need to access the kitchen, we can do 1 at a time with the teacher's help, and art and maker space, we can sort of have 1 or 2 people at a time. Again, the door will be an out-only door. If you're going out to the bathroom, you go out through this door, and you'll come back in through the front door. So everything is one way. Everything is 2 meter spaced. We got the plexiglass in. We've got hand sanitizer stations all over the place, and oh, pardon me, I forgot to mention the music room. Basically the same thing as the maker space and the art space. We can sort of have 1 person in here at a time with a teacher. And these are all, you know, we'd like you to sign up for that. And I think you've been talking about that in your org groups already, just to make sure that we know who's coming in and what they need to do so that we can ensure that there's space and distance as we are required to do. Okay, so that's all. And for those of you that are coming in through the week, we'll see you next week. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us the usual ways, email, etc. And we'll be glad to answer those questions. Okay, thanks everybody.